From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Friday, October 2nd. A cold start with temperatures in the upper 30s. And we're not going to warm up much. Skies will stay partly cloudy as we top out in the upper 50s to low 60s. For the weekend, Saturday morning is going to be one of the coldest so far this season with patchy frost north of Indy. And rain chances return for your Sunday. We have been following the president's announcement that he and First Lady Melania Trump both have been diagnosed with COVID-19. President Trump tweeted the news overnight. Since then, messages of support have flooded in from all around the world, one of them coming from the director of the World Health Organization. Russian President Vladimir Putin sent a message, and former Vice President and campaign rival Joe Biden tweeted this morning as well, saying, "Jill and I send our thoughts to President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump for a swift recovery. We will continue to pray for the health and safety of the president and his family." And the president and First Lady are isolating in the White House. In the president's tweet, he said, "We will begin our quarantine and recovery process immediately. We will get through this together." And the news comes in the middle of a very busy time for the couple. Trump's physician also released a statement saying that the president and his wife are both well at this time and do plan to stay at home within the White House, and that he expects the president to continue carrying out his duties without disruption while recovering. President Trump's positive test comes just hours after senior White House aide Hope Hicks came down with the virus. She traveled with the president, even on Air Force One, several times this week. First Lady Melania Trump also tweeted overnight saying, "It's too many Americans have done this year. POTUS and I are quarantining at home after testing positive for COVID-19. We are feeling good, and I have postponed all upcoming engagements." And Vice President Pence tweeted this morning as well, saying, sending love and prayers to the couple. He and Second Lady Karen Pence are praying for their full and swift recovery. We also just learned this morning that the Pences both received COVID tests and both tested negative. CNN is reporting that Biden will be tested this morning, days after a 90-minute debate where he and Trump shared the stage. This was on Tuesday. They did not shake hands. And the White House has cleared the president's schedule for the day with one exception. He is set to host a phone call about COVID-19 support for vulnerable seniors. The president was originally scheduled to make campaign appearances in Washington and Florida. Those are no longer on his official schedule. We do not know if those events are canceled or maybe rescheduled. The CDC recommends that those who test positive for coronavirus isolate themselves and monitor symptoms. According to the CDC, President Trump and the First Lady can only be with others after three things happen. At least 10 days pass without symptoms. They go at least 24 hours with no fever, without fever-reducing medication, and until other symptoms of COVID-19 are improving. Trump is 74 years old. The CDC says his age puts him at higher risk for severe illness. Also, according to those guidelines, anyone who is within 6 feet of the president or First Lady for 15 minutes should quarantine for 14 days since their last contact with the Trumps. The agency also says that an infected person can spread COVID-19 starting 2 days before they test positive. The president has been on the campaign trail throughout the week. He returned to the White House last night after spending the afternoon at a fundraiser at his golf course in New Jersey. On Tuesday, the president and Joe Biden had their first debate in Cleveland, Ohio. And while the candidates did not shake hands, as I mentioned, they were in close proximity. President Trump has been on the campaign trail, holding several events this week as well. On Wednesday, the president surrounded by supporters in Minnesota. And on Monday, he made a stop in Ohio. Just last night, he spoke with Fox News Channel's Hannity while awaiting his test results. He said this about the number of people he could have exposed the virus to.
You know, it's very hard when you're with soldiers, when you're with airmen, when you're with the Marines, and and the police officers. I'm with them so much. And when they come over to you, it's very hard to say, stay back, stay back. You know, it's a tough kind of a situation. It's a terrible thing.
The president was also scheduled to hold events this weekend in Wisconsin.
Searching for a romantic summer getaway? Escape with Rich Girl Summer, the new Audible original from Lily Chu. The exquisitely talented Philippa Sue, returning to narrate her 5th Lily Chu title. This time, Philippa is joined by her real-life husband, Stephen Pasquale. Set in Toronto's wealthy cottage country, aka the Hamptons of Canada, Rich Girl Summer follows the story of Valerie, a down-on-her-luck event planner posing as a socialite's long-lost daughter, while piecing together the secrets surrounding a mysterious family and falling deeper and deeper in love with the impossibly hard-to-read and infuriatingly handsome family assistant, Nico. Caught between pretending to belong and unexpectedly finding where she truly fits in, Valerie learns her summer is about to get far more complicated than she ever planned. She's in over her head and head over heels. Listen to Rich Girl Summer now on Audible. Go to audible.com/richgirlsummer.
And we are less than 14 days out from the debate. The CDC recommends people with positive COVID-19 test results isolate for at least 2 weeks. Now leaving the question, will there be a second debate on October 15th? If there is, the Trump campaign says it does not want to see changes made to the debate format. This after the Commission on Presidential Debates said it would be adopting changes. The first debate devolved into a shouting match between President Trump and Joe Biden. The Biden campaign says Biden would participate in the next debates under the CPD's rules. The commission did not specify what changes it would be making, though the CPD did say it would add additional structure to the format, in its words, to ensure a more orderly discussion of the issues. The commission could announce the new format by the end of the week. The stock markets all reacted quickly to the news of the president's positive test, sliding sharply in the overnight hours of trading. We will bring you any new information on Wish TV as this situation develops throughout the day, throughout the weekend. You can also head over to our website, wishtv.com, for the very latest. There we have a recap of all of the most recent updates, constantly being updated all throughout the day. The head of the drug maker making a coronavirus vaccine says he will not move quicker despite political pressure. Albert Bourla is the CEO of Pfizer. He told his employees in a letter that he is moving at the speed of science rather than any other political timing. President Trump has said a vaccine will be ready before Election Day. Top health officials say a vaccine likely will not be widely available until the middle of next year. Indiana University has asked 2 more fraternities and 1 sorority to stop all regular activities. The school issued a cease and desist order for SIGEP, Lambda Chi Upsilon, and Omega Phi Beta. The order is for violating public health regulations and restrictions. The orders do not specifically mention pandemic restrictions, but the forms are similar to the one given to Alpha Epsilon Pi fraternity in September for flaunting COVID-19 guidelines. The Marion County Election Board is preparing for Election Day today by testing voting equipment. The testing goes from 9 this morning until 2 this afternoon. In-person early voting begins Tuesday. In August, the Election Board announced that voters can cast their vote at any location in the county. The last day to register to vote is on Monday. And it is a full day of racing at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway today. Gates at the track opened early this morning. The track will have support series practices and races until 3:10 this afternoon. Then at 3:53 p.m., drivers will start their engines for the 85 laps of the first IndyCar Harvest GP race of the weekend. Sitting on the pole will be rookie Rinus VeeKay. Tomorrow, the drivers will have to qualify again for the second IndyCar race. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.